Hi and welcome to my channel. The next one is a famous one for the interview questions for the junior developers, those who are starting off, and those ones who are looking for graduate programs or some internships. This is a very famous question that they like asking, and it's better if you are prepared. It says that write a program that prints the numbers from 1 to n, where n is a positive integer provided as input. So however, there are some few exceptions. So number one, for the numbers that are multiples of 3, we print Fizz. So those which are only multiples of 3, then we need to print Fizz instead of the number. Okay, like for instance a 3, then we should print a Fizz. For numbers that are multiples of 5, print buzz instead of the number. Okay, and then from there we have condition number 3. For numbers that are multiples of both 3 and 5, we need to print FizzBuzz. All right, so for instance, if we have a 15, the 15 is both a multiple of 3 and 5, then we need to print a FizzBuzz. Now go to your IDE, right click the right package, and then go say new Java class, and then let's call it FizzBuzz. Okay, cool. And then we'll have our own method. We'll call it public static void. I'll call it FizzBuzz. So it's going to take in the integer n, as the problem statement correctly stated there. So what we need to do is we need to loop the set from I is equals to, let me go back, so it says from 1 to n. Okay, so we need to loop from 1, and then we say I is less than or equals to ni plus, because they set to n, so it's inclusive of n. Hence I'm having equal sign there. So the first statement, the set is, or the first condition, the set for numbers that are multiples of 3, print Fizz instead of the number. So I'll say if if that value, or that index I modulus 3 is equals to 0. Okay, then we need to print what? They said we need to print Fizz. Okay, and then okay, cool, and then we'll have our else if, and then we'll have I modulus of 5 only being 0. Then we need to print out buzz. And then now the third condition is that it's if it's for both, right? Third condition, it says that if both are numbers, it's a number of multiples of both 3 and 5, then we need to print FizzBuzz instead. Okay, so cool. Now we need to be careful about the last one here, because what if we find, if we have the last one which is a multiple of both, so it's going to be like this. Let me just write it first, just write it out first. So it's going to be I obviously mod 3 equals to 0, and I mod 5 equals to 0, then we need to return a fizz and a buzz. Cool. Awesome. So, and then what we need to do now is you can see that if we have a 15 there, it's going to print a fizz, which is not what we expect, because 15 is a multiple of both. So what we need to do is we need to start with this statement up there. So we need to start with this statement up there and factor in this condition first up there, and then we'll have something like this, and then also just print the number. It didn't really tell us to do what to do if we don't have any of this answer. I'll just print the actual number. Okay, cool. I think we've come to the end of our solution. Let's just quickly test it out. I can have a public static void main here below here, and then I'll say int n is equals to let's say 10. Let me see 20. Okay, all right. So now what we need to do is I need to just call this guy and give him a 20. Let's see the output. I'll run it, and then we'll do some analysis. Okay, it's gonna be quite not too long, of course. So we have a 1. 1 is not a multiple of 3, it's not a multiple of 5, or both. And then we have a 2. A 2 is not a multiple of 3. And then we have a 3. Then because of the 3, we have a fizz. And 4, it's not a multiple of 3, it's not a multiple of 5, it's not a multiple of both. So that is why we're printing out the actual number there. And then we have a 5 now. So 5, we must print a buzz according to the statement. And then from there we have a 6, which is a 3 divisible by 3 is going to be 336, which that's why it's having a fizz here. 7 is not, 8 is not, and then 9. So basically I'm interested in the 15 one. You see, 15 here it's printing FizzBuzz. The reason being that 15 is both a multiple of 3 and 5. And because this statement is high up here, it's on the top, then it's able to meet the conditions. But had this statement being there at the bottom, then it was going to print a fizz. All right, we've come to the end of our solution. Feel free to subscribe so that you can get the latest content.